Please be careful.
For the last time, yes, I am aware that we are in a dangerous situation.
They say that the leader of their council will be a little while more.
I apologize for my late entry.
Am I supposed to salute her as well?
Why not? Even I'm standing at attention.
I am the witch of chronicles and stories, Elena. I am here to tell all of you here at the council, both humans and magicians alike, the story of our past. Will you not put down your glass of wine and set aside your mindless squabbles for my story? Put the glasses down gently now. Let us remember that this room echoes, and I do not want my ears to hurt anymore because of you slamming them down so hard. The glasses are fragile, you know. You, whatever named magician you are, take your feet off my table. Are we all ready? Let me begin. Thousands of years ago, magicians and humans coexisted together, with the magicians being the rulers of the humans, because the heavens had granted us the power of magic in our blood. The magicians wielded magic so formidable that they crushed all opposition and waged wars with one another, spilling and using human blood as if it flowed as easily as the river Aria. Men, women, and children died in our conquests. There was never a winner. However, the humans were undergoing a different kind of transformation. They were interested in crafts, architecture, things that the magicians let the heavens decide when we wave our staves. Oh yes, dear human lords, the buildings you saw when you walked through our gates were decided by the heavens. We simply tell our staves what we wish for, and it appears. The humans built their very first building, a farm, followed by a smith. However, the magicians at that time decided that this was blasphemy against the gifts of the gods. It was decreed that humans must destroy all tools of creation, be it a hammer or a hoe, and swear fealty to their magician overlords. This triggered what was to be called in our ancient chronicles the uprising. For every magician felled, we brought down 100 humans. Yes, high magician of warfare, do not look so surprised. We lost. However, the humans had no intention of subjugating us. They took everything they had left and moved, promising that our fates would never cross ever again, and that they would create a world with their hands far more beautiful than ours. We recovered from the wounds of war, and, as time went by, the war became history. History became legend, and legend became forgotten. However, humans have ambitions, and they desire to explore the unknown world, which is why you are here, human lords. In finding lands to settle, you have met an old enemy.
I am sure Emperor Amir has no intention of starting a war with the magicians.
We have no intentions of starting another war with humans. In your words, I believe this would cost too much time, men, and gold.
Very perceptive, Witch of Chronicles and Stories. How about this? We can first sign a non-aggression pact, followed by diplomatic exchanges and opening up trade.
I have no need for inferior human produce.
How dare you speak to Marquis Van Bella like that?
Silence!
Why do you have to speak to us this way? High magician of warfare? If it was to us, it would be acceptable. But according to the chronicles, many a war has started from any
I speak the truth. In what way do our crops taste worse than theirs because of the magic we use to create them, given to us by the gods? In what way do our sons and daughters pale in comparison to them? Look at him.
What about me?
Stocky, tanned, those thick calluses on his hands. Not what someone from a cultured civilization like ours would look like.
High magician of warfare, please, you are making a spectacle of yourself.
How dare you speak to the Marquis in this manner? Men, draw your swords!
Stand down, all of you!
Mages, Wield your staffs. We will banish these foul monsters from our midst.
You will recall, High Magician of Warfare, that since negotiations are held in my halls, I decide who lives and who leaves this building. So I advise you to stand down before I strike you.
Witch of Chronicles and Stories. We come in peace, looking for fertile land to grow crops in, and a place where our people can settle in peace, away from war. We have no intention of starting a war with the magicians. Would you be agreeable to my offer?
Perhaps you speak with a heart of gold and truth. But if evil lurks in this world, it lurks in the hearts of men. I will send someone to wander the human lands, to see if the world you have created is truly as beautiful as your ancestors have decreed.
Excellent. We hope that our academics can stay and do the same. I will arrange for a royal escort for your envoy.
That will not be necessary. She is already in your kingdom.
But
She will be fine. She is the witch of everlasting journeys, Violetta. This will be a journey that she has to go on by herself. Come and let us have some wine together. A wine conjured by magic should taste unique to you.
I apologize, but the long travel from Rivertown has made me weary, and I desire the company of sleep, with wine as my mistress.
Then, take this jar of fine wine with you.
I thank you, Witch of Chronicles and Stories. As much as their negotiations may be awkward, and they speak in tales and songs, let us admit that they make fine hosts and warm beds.
Yes, they do, my lord.
Fancy some wine?
Oh, no thank you. Wine dulls the mind.
Then Emperor Amir will be the dullest mind around.
My lord!
Calm yourself. The lion who sits on the throne does not concern himself with the opinions of us little lambs. How many years has it been since we met? 2, 3?
At the former Marquis's birthday.
You lost to me in a game of horse racing, right?
I still have yet to figure out how and why, my lord.
Come now, I have always told you to address me comfortably. You know that I am not used to all this formal nonsense.
All these formalities are necessary in our society.
So they say. Anyway, we are surrounded by wolves while dangling meat in front of them. I don't know what the magicians aim to accomplish, but make sure you do not let slip more than you have to.
Who can we possibly speak to in this foreign land?
Come, my old friend. There's no one else here. Sit.
Thank you, my lord.
The question is, who will come and speak to us?
You do not mean...
When a group of people with knowledge sit in a circle, they either work together well or tear one another apart in the shadows. Have you ever seen how mercenaries fight?
Indeed I have, my lord. I fought alongside mercenaries before.
All have their own set of skills. No mercenary company has a uniform fighting style, unlike that of an army. However, that is exactly why we hire mercenaries.
Why so?
When we war with the Kingdom of Everlasting Snow, our standard formations are well known to the enemy. They deploy their forces accordingly. However, when we deploy mercenaries who fight their own way, we ruin the enemy formations. Yet a mercenary is effective, but their loyalty can be swayed by the richer side. This time, we are the soldiers on both sides of the conflict, and the mercenaries are the magicians. We bleed, and the mercenaries decide which side to bleed more.
You are talking in riddles again, my lord.
You never liked guesswork. Politics would be what I am referring to. The court intrigue bleeds us on the inside, while the magicians are either side's wild card. This negotiation would either go our way or the way of our enemies. Are you sure you do not want to try the wine? It is excellent.
No thank you, my lord. The magicians seemed quite against us.
How do you define against us? Would that be disliking us?
Yes, my lord.
They would not mind loving us if we can bring down their opponents, that I assure you. The same applies to the Imperial Court. Why do you think I willingly left court?
Please enlighten me, my lord.
When you sit in a court in the Imperial City, everyone holds a goblet of the finest wine and dances with their female counterparts. However, as they joke and jape over their fine imported sausages, they are busy carving a pie that belongs to another person. All politicians are thieves. I am sure you are all aware of how I got my position.
I...
My predecessor was executed for supposedly stealing funds meant for the construction of a new colony.
He committed a grave crime.
Come now, you don't really believe that. I know my predecessor. He would sooner swallow poison than steal anything. He had enemies in court, as do I. This is the perfect opportunity for them to oust me.
Why do you say such a thing, my lord?
The Emperor encourages in-court fighting for the reason that his vassals are kept weak while his holdings flourish. Our house, although we are sworn to the Emperor, has long been a small, humble, and noble family, the Van Ballers. Now, I hold one of the highest positions in the court and wield enough power to make the capital starve to death. Tell me, do you think I have no opponents?
But you are currently on a diplomatic mission. You are here for the betterment of the Empire.
Do you feel that they care? Politics have no relations to morals. I see two ways that our opponents can do this. First, if the negotiation drags on for too long, the other lords will say that I am conspiring with the magicians and denounce me as a traitor. They will then have a valid casus belli against me. Second, if I do die in this realm of magicians, they can accuse the magicians of murdering me, be it true or not, and seize control of my lands, with the excuse of avenging my death by using my land as a launching ground for an invasion.
You are far-sighted, my lord.
Do you know that when there is more than one lion in the forest, the lions will fight one another to the death? Only one will survive.
Correct. Are you saying that your conflict with the magicians or your enemies will either be your downfall or theirs?
Not only that, the hunter who chances upon their fight will be the ultimate victor.
We should take precautions, my lord.
Fine. Let us do this. Every day we will send out a pigeon back to our hold in Rivertown. If they fail to hear from us for 3 days consecutively, have them prepare the militia.
It shall be done. We will relay the instructions.
Now, my dear friends in court, how will you play your piece?
Where am I? Where? The map says that this should be a mountain. What did Elena say again? When in doubt, go forward. Sometimes lost, sometimes searching. The wandering witch Violetta. What is she searching for? An answer is what she seeks for this journey. 1,000 steps she'll walk, and 1,000 more, to seek what she is looking for.
Shh, little girl, get down.
Who are you? And which way to the nearest hold?
I said keep your voice down and stay down.
Find the merchant and kill him! Meanwhile, take everything back to camp!
Let's just stay here until they leave. Hopefully before nightfall. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
I am Violetta, a wandering witch.
Your parents must be rich to get you such a nice quality costume.
Why are you hiding?
There are bad people stealing my things. They'll hurt me if they see me.
Then why don't you go and reason with them?
They have the pointiest stick. You'll understand when you get older.
But wouldn't you lose everything you have? The chronicler told me that a merchant's life is dependent on his goods.
Yes, it is. But life is as such. Ups and downs. I'm just lucky to be alive. They'll probably leave my horse and wagon alone. Horses are sacred in the south.
No sign of him. Move the goods, then let's be off.
Ah, they're gone. Where are your parents?
My parents are resting by the Aria River.
The where?
The Aria River,
Where is that?
south of the council chambers, east of the Monodepot.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I'd better go restock my wares. If not, I'll be making an astronomical loss.
Can you give me a ride to the next town?
How about your parents?
The council told me to go look at the world.
This council again. I will head on to Rivertown, but we will have to part ways there. It is 2 towns over.
That is fine. Please do so. I will go and sit in your wagon.
What a peculiar girl. I wonder what her parents are thinking. An expensive costume and a stick decorated with jewels? This girl should be under guard. Anyway, let's look at the map. The bandits have plundered my wagon. I only have enough gold to last for the next town. I have to think about how to make a profit between here and Irontown.
Aren't we leaving?
I was just thinking about...
This forest is rich with posies. I see purple clouds gathering in a distance. Collect them.
Posy. It has little use other than looking good in an old lady's garden.
The Witch of Everlasting Journeys is sure. A plague has descended upon the place.
A plague? Irontown? Don't be silly, little girl. I left there only 2 days ago.
Is the witch wrong? We shall see. Let us go before we get caught in the rain.
Rain? Ha! How did you know?
The heavens informed me.
Do you have anything other than that cloak and pointed hat? Your parents give you any money?
No,
That stick is expensive too. I recommend you hide it.
I will be fine. Thank you for your kind consideration.
Not much of a conversation in the style. Never be a merchant. Like us, curious of, especially when traveling on a wagon.
No problems have been foreseen by the heavens.
I think you'd do well as a fortune teller.
Fates are predetermined by the heavens.
My point exactly. Anyway, it's okay for you to the rain like this?
Yes, the smell will be stronger by the time we get there.
Why am I listening to you?
Listen to the words of the Wandering Witch. Omens and windfalls are the same to the lost witch, forever wandering.
Finally, the rain is lightening up a little.
It is.
Are you really a witch?
Yes,
No, you're not.
the Witch of Everlasting Journeys, Violetta Sither von Houston. First of her name, of the von Houston clan of wisdom.
That sounds like an impressive name.
This is a rather short name compared to those who belong to battle clans.
Huh, really? Here, have a bun.
Thank you for your food.
Wrapped all my food in layers of parchment and placed them in my leather bag along with my coins. Thank goodness I wear it on me.
Or else,
You think I would die halfway to Irontown?
what is death?
What?
Death is just another beginning.
Your parents have been giving you the wrong kind of books to read. Letting you hang around the execution square too much.
No, we do not have an execution square now.
Not my point. Take it from you.
Do you have family?
No.
Mothers?
No.
No parents?
Died in the expansionist war.
Which war was that? By whom and why?
This is beginning to feel a lot more like an interrogation than me being regarded.
The heavens decreed that I need answers.
It was first started by the current Emperor Emir's father, against the neighboring kingdom of Everlasting Snow. As for why, there were a lot of reasons. Some said that the Emperor's father hated the people from the kingdom. Some say that he craved their lives and wealth. That's the name of the war.
Is greed initiated?
There's always an issue. What do you think I'm a merchant? I'm greedy beyond all possible comprehension.
I see. Acceptable for your line of work.
Glad that you approve. Anyway, the kingdom of Everlasting Snow held a massive counterattack that actually brought the forces to the gate. This counteroffensive was done. My parents died in a scavenger.
I am sorry to hear.
That expression, I might actually believe you. It wasn't the fact that I already know that your expression.
Emotions are tiring and confuse judgment.
I've changed my mind. You've been hanging around too many politicians.
Is that a good thing?
Not necessarily a bad thing. I believe it's good.
Why did you become a merchant?
Very good question. Just happened. My first line of work was scavenging weapons and shields off dead soldiers and selling them to the city defenders. However, before the gates closed the capital from the outside world as the armies of the Everlasting Snow besieged us, I realized one thing. People need to eat. My parents died getting things to eat. So, we saved up to buy very famous local produce that was abundant in quantity in the city stand. Potatoes. There was so much of them that when there was peace, we held festivals where we threw mashed potato at one another.
Messy affair, it sounds like.
Messy and fun.
Go on.
Ah, right. The Everlasting Snow's full army was said to arrive within 2 weeks after breaking the first line of defense around the capital. So, for 2 weeks, I ate nothing but eggs, because they are perishable, and bought potatoes. People thought I was mad. Even when I was going out in the middle of the night to scavenge weapons and armor from the dead. There were frequent skirmishes around the capital, but since the main army was not there yet, I thought my chances were pretty good.
What happens if you get hit by an arrow?
in and surrounded the capital. Things were normal at first, but food started to run out.
How bad?
Ever seen 3 grown men surrounded by a child?
Very bad.
I sold my potatoes. First, the price of a single potato would fetch a single gold coin, already an insane amount. Buy about 10 of them.
Things got better for you.
Very much better. Starvation was so common that I was even offered rings of diamonds, gems of blue and red, things that I'd never seen in my life.
But as a boy, didn't they just threaten to kill you and take the food?
It was very low. So before the gates closed, I moved to another part of the city where few knew me and pretended to be insane.
Why insane? You already said that you moved to another part of the city.
Ivan is my name. Ivan the potato peddler. Oh, wait, that is my father's name. Father taught me shiny things. Yes, Ivan had potatoes.
Rather convincing.
Dogs knew that beating me would get them nothing if I was insane. I often exasperated nobles enough to make them pay me many times more the amount they were initially willing to offer.
Clever.
Of course, horribly turning away the starving people who came begging. I wanted money more than anything at that point in time.
Do you regret not helping them?
I can still see some of their faces clearly, begging me for food.
Do you regret it?
Yes. It is over now.
I see. Forward thinking. A noble quality.
Ever considered being a philosopher?
Too many papers to write.
Too right. Anyway, by the time our army recruited and counterattacked, I was possibly one of the wealthiest common folk out there. I packed everything and left it.
Then you became a traveling merchant.
Yes. So I threw my fortunes into a bank, a wagon, and 10 sacks of wood.
Didn't you have enough money to live comfortably?
Oh yes, but I always wanted to travel. My parents told me stories of great kings and massive cities. I always wanted to see them.
Have you seen them all?
It was too big for me to see them all in a lifetime. Eventually settle. Take out my money, buy a piece of land, hire farmers, mill and all. Not yet. Not yet. Anyway, tell me about your family.
My family. My family is made up of...
Made up of... Well, bad conversations. Bad listening, too. Hey, who are your parents? Why are you dressed like that? You sound in the head. I know you're sleeping, but can you snore less loudly? Makes me feel tired as well. Oh, only a few more hours till we get to Irontown. Hope to all the gods that you're wrong. Witch. No, definitely a girl. Hey, girl. You know when the last time another person sat in the wagon was? Do you know how boring it is to sit alone in a wagon? Years on end? You are really a witch. Tell me it's the head healer. She's a member of the church, but it's sinful. You're a very good listener. You know that? Keeping quiet when one is talking is a virtue. Well, good luck. Oh my god.
Smells of death.
Slept like a pig, you. Yeah. Take this cloth and cover your nose with it.
No need to. Sell the posies quickly to the local church or healer.
How am I going to face your parents if you die?
I won't die from breathing. Look at that man on the floor.
What about him?
See those red chunks on his skin? The rash.
I sure do. If you touch it, you die.
No, you don't. Just sell your goods quickly. Typhus would not kill you this way. Just go on.
Typhus? Okay, let's move the wagon to the church.
Do as you will. I want another bun.
Yes, yes. Star princess. Witch of journeys everlasting.
Everlasting journeys.
Fine, fine. Wait here.
I will.
Wait, no. Come with me. Take everything you have.
Why?
Those people looking at us are not exactly friendly. And they appear to be infected.
Excited delirium. A controversial
No time for talk.
Carrying me hurt.
Your legs weren't exactly obeying me. Anyway, let us go find the head healer here. The one who is the tallest out of all the ladies in white.
Oh, welcome to the Irontown Sanctuary. How may I be of assistance? Oh, merchant. Back already?
Bandits.
Are you hurt?
No, I managed to hide behind a bush. Found this little girl while I was out.
A little girl in the woods? That's suspicious.
Anyway, I have posies in my wagon that I wish to sell to the church.
Good for warding off diseases. We will take them. How much are you asking for a wagon's worth?
Enough rations for 3 days of travel. And 5 gold coins.
The gold coins are not an issue. But we barely have any rations for ourselves and those who can still eat.
I thought that Irontown boasted itself in having emergency supplies.
Preparations insufficient.
Who is this girl?
The Witch of Everlasting Journeys. Violetta Sigurd von Houston. First of her name of the Von Houston clan of wisdom.
Impressive name.
Told you so, Violetta.
Anyway, we did not count on those first infected to go mad. They attacked people in the streets, and I suspect a struggle must have broken out in the granary.
They're holding down that place? The madman?
Worse, it went up in flames and burnt all our grain.
Were there no militiamen guarding the granary?
There were, but they set out to break off the initial fights and failed to defend the granary.
Your tone seems to imply a degree of contempt.
The only last remaining supply is underneath the barracks of the militiamen. They have barricaded themselves inside.
What? And ignored the people?
Desertion of duties. Punishable by death in magician laws.
Is she in costume?
Don't ask. I've been doing that for slightly over a day now.
Why not attack the place by force? There are more of you.
Strictly speaking, yes. But they are better equipped, better trained, and most of us are too hungry or sick to fight properly.
Interesting. Such is the case of a siege where the ones besieging are suffering.
Ever wanted to be a general?
So, merchant, if I were to take the posies off you to help ward off the diseases, I cannot give you food.
I see.
Why not get the militiamen to surrender?
You wish to be a diplomat. They're paid rather well.
Both of you. Anyway, please excuse me. If you would consider a gold-only payment, we can conduct this trade. Please head to one of the unoccupied rooms.
Thank you for your time, healer.
Thank you.
We need food. We can't make it to the next town without it.
Hunting is an option.
Never used a weapon in my life. The dagger I have is for show.
How honest.
Honest merchants are hard to come by.
Dishonesty is hard to come by with small folks.
Small folks? Ever dreamed of being a princess?
I hereby decree that this gag is old.
One little girl's opinion. Little girl, what do you think of this town?
Smells like a lot of iron ore and rotting corpses.
I smell money.
In this situation,
The sanctuary has the coin, while the militiamen have the food.
do you wish to conduct a trade?
Precisely.
But wouldn't a malicious food storage be only enough to feed themselves?
I don't know about Irontown, but human nature dictates that if there is a chance to siphon off a huge amount of food that no one will notice, you will.
You have too little faith in the nature of your own kind.
You speak as if you are really a witch when you are actually one of us.
No, I'm not.
Not this again. Anyway, I believe they have more than enough food for everyone, seeing that half the town is probably dead or too mad to eat.
Reasonable assumption. Evolution by means of natural selection.
What?
A theory by our researchers, where the weak are more likely to die and the strong will survive. The offspring of the strong then survive and this cycle repeats, causing the descendants to be stronger than the previous generation.
Ever wanted to be a researcher?
No.
Fair enough.
How do you propose to go about this? How can I help?
You are not helping.
An explanation is demanded.
I will never be able to face your parents if a stray arrow flew from the militia barracks and into your pretty face.
What's the worst that can happen?
You die?
Death is only a joke.
Nope, not happening.
Petty.
Kind, Mora. Worried, Mora. Stop making me sound like some kind of horrible merchant out to sell people's souls.
Would you?
What's the risk and profit margin?
None and 100%.
Done.
You are indeed a merchant without conscience.
No, I am not.
Let us go and conduct the trade.
No, we are not going. I am. Stay here.
Fine. Just remember that there is no way that you can save more than one at the same time.
What are you going on about?
Our fates are predetermined.
Seriously? All you need is a crystal ball, I'll sell you one.
I sense mockery.
Stay here. And if anything happens...
Why are you giving money to me?
Not too much on me. Too heavy. If anything happens, run.
Nothing will happen. The heavens have made our fates.
Predetermined? Alright, wish me luck. See you later, little girl. Healer, I come with a business proposition.
How may I assist you?
I believe that if the food from the militiaman barracks does not turn up in the hands of the people, only they will survive, correct?
Correct. I would also not discount the fact that the survivors will mount a desperate assault on the barracks. The towns around us have already set up a perimeter. No one is getting out of here.
So even Rivertown has closed off its borders?
Yes, and unlike our militiamen, the Marquis's forces are not weak at all. I highly doubt any of us will escape.
And if one of you who escapes turns out to have the plague,
The Marquis's forces will torch everything from here to Rivertown.
I will go to the militiaman barracks and negotiate food for gold. I will need the sanctuary's gold.
People have tried in the past. Most of them are lying under the mud outside the barracks.
Were they merchants?
No. Why do you ask?
A merchant could convince a nun to sell out the divine if you wanted to.
I'm not a nun.
You're not?
It's a common misperception. The healers do serve under the sanctuary churches, but only because the churches have total monopoly over herbs and other medicine.
I see. So most healers are serving the churches simply so they can get their hands on medicinal supplies.
Remember the words of the healer's order. The people above self.
Where has the father of the church gone to then?
We burnt his body.
I'm sorry that I asked.
It is okay. The father always told us never to expect to live forever. The only eternal thing is the help we render.
Or the money we earn.
You are a merchant. It is only natural.
I'll be off. How much gold does the sanctuary have left?
200 gold coins and 60 silver.
Take care of that little girl for me until I come back.
What if you do not?
I will. I have 2 reasons to.
And they are?
We'll see.
May the divines watch over you.
One quick question. How big is the militia, and how many men are usually assigned to the granary?
The militiamen consists of about 30 people, and usually 8 or 9 men guard it.
Tell me, how is the granary built?
I'm afraid that I do not know the...
I'm not asking about the details. I want to know how the gates were built. How do you lock them? And are there any other ways in?
Oh, it is a huge iron sliding door, padlocked from the inside by the guards.
No windows, correct?
I do not think so.
Who is allowed access to the granary?
Farmers, when they make their delivery. The guards. I think that's about it.
Has the village done a casualty count?
Too hard and dangerous to do so. The only organization still intact in this town may very possibly be ours, but the Miners' Guild are a tough group.
No matter how tough a person is, they crumble before 3 things.
Death?
Death, money, and...
Fate?
Oh no. Man crafts his own fate. The last would be before your duty, my lady.
Oh, my.
You will be subject to my pursuit when I return from my journey. Farewell.
This is so sudden.
It is not sudden. I was completely unaware that healers could marry.
Wait,
I have traded in Irontown just so that I can see you. From the Imperial capital down to Rivertown, to Irontown and the small villages beyond. But I stay in this town for the longest.
Wait, you thought I was a member of the clergy, but still desired me?
You did not have to phrase it that way. Anyway, I'm off.
Huh? Oh, wait a minute!
Time and money wait for no one. I will be back.
Brash fool.
You will be very happy if you marry him.
Where did you come out from?
The wandering witch is everywhere and nowhere.
My head hurts.
Understandable. Stress.
Do you think he will be all right?
The heavens have already decided what will happen.
Yes, they have.
Do you not feel that what he says is true? That man craft their own fate?
What is man in the face of the divines?
Take my hand.
Why?
Precisely.
Huh? What happened?
I stretched out my hand and you refused to take it. Man can behave the same. Your betrothed is not a very pleasant man.
He isn't.
Do what you will. The wandering witch shall rest.
Take care. May the divines... Wait, what?
The barracks do indeed look intact compared to a lot of the other buildings. Lots of bodies in front of the door. Arrows. Looks like food is not the only thing that the barracks is well equipped with. Well, here goes. Militiaman of Irontown. I'm a traveling merchant, here to negotiate terms of safe passage.
Passage? What safe passage? Merchant, we have little time for your games.
I hail from the Emperor's court. I am stuck in this terrible place. So I have come to offer you riches in return for your salvation.
Emperor? You lie, merchant.
It is no lie. Do I need to describe the splendor of the Imperial Palace to you?
What do you want?
Food for the poor people. The Imperial Court will offer you 90 gold and pardon you and your families for crimes against the realm.
90 gold? I spit on your offer. Do you have any idea how much the food we are sitting on is actually worth now?
How much do you think your bounties are worth when the court receives my letter that all of you have been stealing food from the granary?
What? We did not do such a thing.
Come now. I did not come to argue with you about what is right or wrong. I am a merchant. All I care about is loss and profit, as a soldier should care about duty.
The granary was burnt down. We did not steal a thing from it.
Come now, don't lie to me. The gates of granaries are built to withstand a siege in these parts, and can only be opened from the inside. With this logic, even one man could hold down the granary against a mob. Unless the mob has a trebuchet with them. I do not happen to see one around.
We were all out defending the town.
And how convenient is it that all of you are alive? Not a single dead from the riot. And the granary is to be in flames? Either all of you are very incompetent, or all of you simply orchestrated this to steal grain from the granary.
We did no such...
I do not care what you have to say in the absence of His Majesty, Emir, our grace. The offer of gold has just dropped to 60 for your defiance, and for wasting the time of an imperial merchant.
We did...
Once again, 50. The message to the Emperor gets closer and closer to being sent out, and your entire family's heads on spikes.
You?
Let us now begin negotiations in earnest.
You mean we weren't negotiating?
No. I was stating the obvious factors. I would gamble that the families of you and your men are both inside.
Yes, indeed. I would not have our families in the streets while the rabble runs amok.
Of course. I would only do the same. I wonder, what is the punishment for treason? Stealing state crops meant for tribute to our great emperor.
I don't know.
Oh, you do know. Execution of you and your family members. How delightful to join the ranks of headless traitors that line the city walls.
Leave our families out of this!
You have inevitably already involved your family simply by taking the food that belongs to our emperor.
What were we to do? What can we do?
Turn over your food to us at a good price, and you can still profit while you are at it. We can then put this farce behind us.
What guarantees do we have that you are telling the truth?
Why, the merchant's contract. The worst thing that can happen to a merchant is to go against his word. This is not a standing offer. You either say yes now, or I walk away.
Damn it. All right. We will surrender the food.
I am glad that we have come to a consensus while you stand behind your boarded windows. Open the door, and let us shake hands in the sanctuary.
Very well, Imperial Merchant.
Ah, look at you. What a handsome man. Let us head to the church.
We did no crime, we only took a bit. But how did you know?